Hello, English learners. Have you ever been talking to someone and they just keep talking? Today, we're going to learn a great English idiom for that situation: to chew someone's ear off. Now, I know what you're thinking. It sounds a little scary, right? But don't worry, no one is actually getting their ear bitten. Learning this common phrase will make your English sound so much more natural.
So, here's our plan for today. We'll start with a funny story, then we'll learn the real meaning. After that, we'll see how to use it in everyday life, look at other related phrases, learn some common mistakes to avoid, and then finish up with a little quiz. Ready? Let's get started.
Okay, so let's start with a funny story. This story is all about what can happen when you hear an idiom like this for the very first time and, well, you take it a little too seriously. Let's meet Anna. She's just moved to a brand new city. She goes outside and meets her next-door neighbor, a man named Tom. Now, Tom is a super nice guy. He's very friendly, and he absolutely loves to talk.
So Tom starts chatting with Anna, and he keeps chatting and chatting. He tells her all about his family, he tells her about his job, and he tells her every single funny thing his dog has ever done. Before they know it, a whole hour has passed.
So later that day, Anna is talking to her friend on the phone. She says, "My new neighbor Tom is really nice, but wow, he chewed my ear off for an hour." Of course, all she means is that he talked for a really long time. But her friend on the phone suddenly sounds very worried. She asks, "He did what? Is your ear okay? Are you hurt? Should I call a doctor for you?" You see, Anna's friend thought Tom had literally bitten Anna's ear. Of course, Anna's ear was perfectly fine. So this brings us to the big question. What does chew someone's ear off really truly mean? Let's find out.
Here is the real meaning. To chew someone's ear off simply means to talk to someone for a very, very long time. And usually, it's about something that might be a little bit boring for the person who is listening. It has nothing to do with actual biting.
So, back to our story. Anna starts laughing. She explains to her worried friend, No, my ear is totally fine. It's just an expression. It just means that Tom talked and talked and talked." And right then, her friend understood. It was a real aha moment for her. Now that we know what it means, let's talk about how you can use it in a real conversation. Let's look at a few examples to help.
Here are a few great ways to use it. You might say, "My grandpa will chew your ear off with stories about his childhood." This just means he loves to tell long stories about when he was young. Or how about this one? "I try to avoid my boss on Monday mornings or he'll chew my ear off." And a funny one, "Be careful asking her about her cats. She will chew your ear off."
Need a little trick to remember this idiom? Here's a good one. Just imagine a person's mouth and picture lots and lots of words flowing out of it, just like a big river that never ever stops. The person who is listening feels so overwhelmed by all the words, it's like their ear is getting tired just from listening so much.
Before we move on, here are some other fun phrases. You know, English has so many idioms about talking. This particular phrase, chew someone's ear off, is actually pretty old. It goes all the way back to the 1800s. People think it's just a very dramatic way to describe being bored by someone's endless talking. So bored that it feels like your ear is being worn away.
Let's look at some other ways to talk about talking. For example, a very similar phrase is to talk someone's head off. The complete opposite would be to be a person of few words, which describes someone who is quiet. And a related phrase is to bend someone's ear, which usually means you want to talk to them about a problem you have.
Okay, this next part is really important if you want to sound like a native speaker. Let's talk about a few common mistakes people make so that you can use this idiom perfectly, with confidence.
So, here are 3 things to remember. First, grammar. You always need to say whose ear. For example, say he chewed my ear off, not he chewed an ear. Second, remember the meaning. It's about talking too much, not biting. And third, the context. This is a very informal, casual phrase. You would use it when talking to a friend, but probably not in a serious business meeting.
All right, you have learned so much. I think it's time for a quick and fun little quiz to see what you remember. Don't worry, this is just for practice.
Okay, here's the first question. What does it mean if someone chewed your ear off? Is it A, they bit you, B, they talked for a long time, or C, they whispered a secret? Take a second to think about it.
And the correct answer is B. It means they talked for a very long time. If you got that one right, great job!
Okay, on to question number 2.
This one is about grammar. Which sentence is correct? Is it A, he chewed the ear off, B, he chewed my ear off, or C, he chew my ear off?
The correct answer here is B. He chewed my ear off. Remember, you always need to say whose ear you are talking about, like my ear or his ear. Also remember that the past tense of chew is chewed.
And here is our very last question. When is a good time to use this idiom? Is it A, when your friend tells a long, boring story? B, when a doctor gives you important news? Or C, when you read a short poem?
The answer is A. This idiom is perfect for casual, informal situations, like when you're talking about a friend who tells very long stories. You would not use it in a serious situation, like when a doctor is talking to you. Excellent work on the quiz.
So, let's do a super quick review. The idiom to chew someone's ear off just means to talk way too much. It's an informal and kind of funny expression, and now you can understand it and use it in your own conversations.
And now, it's your turn to practice. Have you ever met someone who chewed your ear off? Maybe it was a family member or a friend? What did they talk about? Share your stories with us in the comments below. We would love to read them. If you enjoyed today's content, please like and follow. See you next time.